Hey, greetings to all you cellar dwellers out there. It's Glenn Calloway from the basement. Hope everyone is having a great day today. It's early in the morning on a Friday morning. I'm in a great mood. I had a great day on Wednesday. I went to Toronto for the day with my nephew Jack. We had tickets to a concert to see Nickel Creek at the Danforth Music Hall. They were fabulous, like just such amazing musicians and such cool people. Chris Feely, Sarah and Sean Watkins, unbelievable. If they come to your town, go see them. Just the musicianship is incredible. Uh, what else can I say? Opening act was a singer-songwriter by the name of Ify Donovan. It's spelled Oife. Aoife. That's her first name. Ify and Donovan. Check her out on YouTube. She's just outstanding. Great songwriter, beautiful voice, nice guitar player, really good opening act. She was great. Um, so we went to the city early. The doors open at 7. We went to 3 record stores and 1 musical instrument store. If you're ever in Toronto and you're a musician, or even online if you want to check it out, there's a store called the 12th Fret that sells really high, like Martin guitars and Eastman and some just it's like a guitarist pro shop. I think they refer to themselves as. Check them out online if you're into playing. Um, so the first place we hit was Deja Vu Discs in Scarborough, Kennedy Commons. If anybody's in the Toronto area, great store. Say hi to Cliff for me if you go in. They sell used CDs, used vinyl, and I think some video games and movies and stuff like that. I picked up 3 CDs from there and 1 record. So let's start with the record. Donald Fagen's The Night Fly. Now this came out in 1982 and was a really early example of a complete digital recording. Uh, Brothers in Arms, Dire Straits is another example, but I've had only heard this on CD, and I thought it sounds really good. I ignored this album when it first came out. I was not interested in it in the least, and it was 10 years before maybe 15 years it was out before I even gave it a listen, and appreciated it for what it was, and kind of grew to love it. I think there's some great stuff on here. Um, I'm anxious to hear the vinyl because if the CD sounds good, I think the vinyl should sound pretty good, even though it's an all digital thing. It's nothing to do with analog, but um, he had a hit of a song called IGY on here. Does a weird remake of Ruby Baby. I think it's a Dion song. And yeah, kind of a cool album. $7.99, by the way. I think I've completed my official Clash collection now. I've been looking for this for a month or two. The Clash at Shea Stadium. I listened to this on the car ride on the way home and was really impressed by it. It's really high energy. Uh, all the songs that you'd want to hear is on this. Police on My Back and London Calling and Train in Vain. Should I Stay or Should I Go? I Fought the Law. I love the version of Magnificent Seven on here, which is kind of a dance song. I love the bass in that song. It's just a great bass line. If I still had a bass, I would learn how to play that. Clash, Shea Stadium. A singer-songwriter that I have had a hard time finding stuff from. I was introduced to her when she duetted, is that a word? It's a word now. Duetted with John Prine on In Spite of Ourselves. What a great song. If you've never heard that song, check it out. It's so cool. Iris Dement. I have never been able to find a used Iris Dement CD in the world anywhere, physically looking for it, not online. And there was 2 there. There was no listening station at the store, but Cliff is such a good guy. He said, go to your car and give him a sample and see what you think. So I took both of them out. The other one I left behind. It was a bit too busy for me. There was too much instruments on it for me. I want a bare bones Iris, and this is the one. Just it looks like it's just mostly guitar and her vocals, which I'm quite happy with. It's called My Life. Produced by Jim Rooney, if anybody knows Jim Rooney from kind of that thing. But this is from 1990. I can't read it. It's from 90 something. Iris Dement. Paul Simon. I have pretty much his entire discography of solo albums. I might be missing one or two, but a lot of them are great all the way through. There's a couple that there's like one or two good songs on them. And I wanted a Paul Simon comp. And I found this, The Essential Paul Simon. It's 2 CDs. I paid $7.99 for 2 CDs. Essential Paul Simon. It's got all the songs that are well known, plus a whole bunch that I, to tell you the truth, don't recognize titles of any of them. Wartime Prayers, Darling Lorraine, Quality, Born in Puerto Rico, Hurricane Eye, Father, and there's just a bunch of songs here that I'm not familiar with. But I am happy to have a Paul Simon comp. That's pretty cool. So that's what I picked up at Deja Vu Discs. From there we went to the well, we stopped for an ice cream at Dairy Queen, which was very important. And then we went to the 12th Fret, as I was talking, musical instrument store. Now we're on Danforth Avenue in Toronto, which is where the venue is, further west. So we're making our way west through the city. I recalled that there used to be in my days, I'm a Toronto guy, my days cruising around the city, there used to be this music and used bookstore selling CDs and vinyl and stuff. And I thought, let's drive up past it and see if it's still there. And sure enough, it was. We parked the car and went in, and I bought one CD there. My nephew Jack, I told you the other day, he picked up the Rolling Stones in mono box, which was his kind of a grail item, the CD set, for $99. And he also, his next grail was the Sgt. Pepper 4 disc set that the Beatles released, the anniversary Sgt. Pepper, which is an excellent box set. He found that in this store for $80. That's pretty good, because that sells for $200. And I just bought one thing there. I bought a CD for $6.99. I'm a big fan of this guitarist, Shuggy Otis, a childhood prodigy, going back to when he was a young kid playing in his father Johnny's band, wearing fake mustaches and stuff so he could get into the bars and play. Just an amazing guitar player. And I found this comp, Shuggy Otis Plays the Blues. So it's on Epic. Haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but I was pretty happy to find that. Then we go and park close to the venue, and there's another record store there called Cops Records. They have 2 locations in Toronto and 1 in Oshawa, Ontario. We had about a half an hour to kill still before 7 o'clock because we went for pizza for supper. Oh man, it was so good. Yeah, okay, you got to know what's on it. It was a gourmet pizza too, so chunks of everything. It wasn't like, a chain thing where it's tomato, big chunks of tomato, fresh tomato, red onion, banana peppers, and pineapple. It was so good. Anyway, Cops Records. That's why we're here. Big fan of Peter Case, singer-songwriter, another guy. If you don't know him, check him out. Amazing. 2 albums. I would suggest his first self-titled album, Peter Case, and his second album, which is shortened to Blue Guitar, the man with the neo-traditionalist, something modernist blue guitar or something it's called. But Blue Guitar, both great albums. Check out a song called Poor Old Tom. Oh, moving song. Anyway, before Peter was Peter Case, he was in a band called the Plimsouls. They're kind of a garage post-punk band out of the LA area, and I have one of their albums which I found in the wild. They're not that easy to find, and I found their other album, the Plimsouls. This one's on Geffen Records, so it had, they were on a pretty big label. And 1999, you'll see the price tag there. But this was in a bin mark, 50% off. $10. $10. And my grail for the day, an album that I look for all the time, and I've never been able to find it in the wild. It's driven me nuts. I figure, why is this album so hard to find? I don't know if it is, or it's just me that we just never cross paths. But you know, I'm a big Ry Cooder fan, my favorite guitar player, and I did not have his self-titled eponymous album. Yes, I learned the word eponymous means self-titled or something like that when I did my contest entry for Richard McCook. Ry Cooder, self-titled. I was so freaking excited to find this album. Absolutely flawless condition on the Reprise label. Now this came out in 1970. Now there's what I paid for it, but I had to have it. $24.99. I couldn't resist. So that's what we found for the day. Had a great time at the show. Had a great time record hunting. Hope everyone has a great Friday, great weekend, and we will be talking soon. Take care.